Tory Fanta. I've heard it called that for ages.
San Pellegrino.
I do like San Pellegrino. Saying to Cordelia before, they've got a pomegranate one. And I put a vodka in it once. Oh, make loads of ice in the summer. It was nice.
Yeah.
It was one of them moments of like, you need to know
Genius.
what you want. You want something dead refreshing. And somebody on another table got San Pellegrino. I went, don't recognise that one. What's that? A pomegranate. I went, what? That's like with the vodka in it. It was lovely.
I would imagine that to be nice, yeah. The I love Captain Morgan's with lemonade.
Do you? Oh. I'm not a fan of Captain Morgan, you know. I think it's just the whole spiced rum thing. It just doesn't really do it for me.
Yeah.
Oh, I had too shaky of a night when I was 15 years old on Captain Morgan.
We've all got a drink
Cannot do it.
that we can never ever drink again, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we?
We are live.
We are live. Okay, let's just send this over to Ry. Yeah, we've all got a drink when we were younger that either we puked our bloody guts up on and it's put us off for life,
Yeah.
or you just drank it so much and had so many hangovers, just like, no.
Mine's vodka.
Vodka?
Oh,
Was it shit vodka, though?
Yeah.
It's got to be good vodka if you're going to drink vodka. I only drink Grey Goose or Belvedere.
My mate came back from Afghan on R&R, and I think he was back for 20 days, something like that. Every day we drank vodka.
Really?
Oh, fuck. No.
If it's shit vodka, it will put you off for life.
Oh, yeah. We were getting as much as we could for as cheap as we could.
Yeah, it's no good. And then the hangover the next day is just too much on bad vodka.
Yeah, but we were only like 19, 20, so...
Oh, you don't know any different then. We all do shit like that.
Yeah.
I drank Southern Comfort, like when I was a fashion. It was Southern Comfort lime and lemonade, which is a steamboat or a swizzle, depending on where you are. And yeah, I drank it. And then this one night, I think I mixed it with something else. It wasn't even the Southern Comfort that put me off. Puked me fucking guts up. All I could taste was this sweetness.
Oh, yeah.
And that's it. I never been able to drink it since.
Yeah. Yeah.
What a nightmare. Everyone's saying tequila is the one that is...
yeah.
I don't mind tequila. I've actually got a fucking hilarious video of me, my dad and my sister drinking tequila.
Have you?
And it was like...
It makes me happy.
Because the bar staff had gone home and just left us in the castle. Because it was like, my dad does the maintenance there, like. And so yeah, they just left us there. So I went and got the bottle of tequila. And after like the 6th shot, I was like, we should film a video. So I put my phone behind the bar and we were recording, poured the thing, salt, lime and all that. And I'm like, right, 3, 2, 1. And then my dad goes, for granddad. I'm like, for granddad. We're all fucking pissed. And he goes, tequila. I'm fucking.
Oh.
And then he slams it down. He goes, salt. But I'm still trying to swallow the tequila. And you see me cheeks just blow up on the video and then it just deflate again. I was sick of me mouth.
If you've got bad tequila as well, it's just not good.
Oh,
I
know.
Right, so how many people have got online, Cordelia?
We've got 13 people currently.
Ah, nice. Morning, everybody.
Lucky
over 13. On YouTube. The tube of you. Okay, I'm going to try and go on myself so I can watch all the comments and stuff. And I best put some lippy on, hadn't I? Oh, I can see myself. Oh, God, there's loads of people chatting. Oh, happy Deviant Day, everybody.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Oh, it feels really weird going live, having everybody here.
It's been so long.
Right, I'm just getting me lippy. And as you can see, I've just spoiled the illusion. It's a Lady C Day.
Fucking
but
3 minutes.
I couldn't be arsed putting a dress on because it's too hot. So I've just put the top on with my jeans.
That'll do us.
Keep the people entertained, right?
Yeah, I'm on it. I'm loading in. Hang on. Fucking hell. I'll tell you a story. That's what I'll do. Just let me make sure this is muted. No, it's not. Right, now we're muted. Morning, everybody. Or afternoon, or fucking wherever you are. Good evening. So today I was filming a reel on TikTok. And the idea was the first half would be recorded in the car. And the second half would be like me opening the boot with the gas mask on. Sort of like a kidnap sort of style reel. And so I filmed the first bit and I thought, no, I I don't really want to put the gas mask on and do all that here. So I'll go and find somewhere quiet. So I drove around, found a quiet side street. Got out the car, put the mask and the hood in the boot. Set my phone up in the boot, set record, had a quick look around, throw the hood on, put the mask on, shut the boot, open the boot, and then grab the phone. Real done, sorted. But I forgot the cable ties, which I wanted to be in the video. So shut the boot. I said, fuck's sake, the fucking cable ties. Went to walk around the car, and as I was walking around the car, I said, fuck's sake, there was a lad coming, carrying the coffees for his office or whatever. And he looked at me and went, oh, fucking hell. Mate, I'm sorry, I'm recording. God, lifted the thing up. I'm sorry, I apologise. And yeah, he went about his day, but he will have some story to tell the office when he gets back. So yeah, it's recorded anyway, so that's all that matters. Perfect timing. My story just finished. Yeah. So that was my story.
You've been telling stories in my absence
about the guy I shit up this morning in the gas mask.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Poor fella.
Yeah.
Let's go live. Okay. What are people saying? Afternoon from South Africa. Oh, you made it!
Oh, no way. South
she's just going to set her alarm to make sure that she made the episode.
That's my favourite accent in the world, you know.
South African. It's the, do you know what I was going to say? It's the one that I can't do. I can't do any of them.
I can't do South African. I know how it sounds in my head. I just can't do it. And I play online with one of my mates. He's from Denmark. And we've both got a fascination with accents. And we both can't do South African, but we both agree it's the best accent in the world.
Do you know what? Big surprise. One of the best people I've heard doing a South African accent as an actor was Daniel Radcliffe. Harry Potter.
No way.
He was in a film about a prison escape. I can't remember what it's called now.
Yes.
It's one of the best things I've seen in ages. I don't even like Daniel Radcliffe.
There's 3 of them trying to escape the prison. Yeah, I need to watch that.
But his South African accent.
Is it good? Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah, it's
hard. I think it's really hard, a South African accent.
Off, yeah.
But it's almost like what the words I'm trying to find? You know, like Italian. It's almost like when they're talking, it's like singing. It's like it's one of them accents. It's got like a real nice little tone to it. South African. It's dead nice to listen to. Like Irish. Just want to shout people who are Irish.
Oh, we are sent. She just said it was terrible. Apparently.
Oh, okay.
So probably that's like someone doing a Scouse accent, though, isn't it?
And you're like, that's a shit Scouse accent.
Martin Freeman's done a
He was brilliant. Well, we've mentioned him before, haven't we? But some people do terrible Liverpool accents. And I just stop now.
Yeah.
Oh, we're over live on Facebook. I've got nobody on there. Oh, yes, I have. It's a hell of a necklace. I know, yeah. It's by Prong, P-R-O-N-G. I've got spikes, and I don't tend to hug people when I've got this on because I impale them. Occasionally I forget and I just go, oh, sorry, you've now got holes in your chest.
Oops.
Righty-ho. Let's get started.
Let's roll.
I'm going to keep YouTube on there so I can just keep on top of comments as well. Jodie Comer is the queen of accents. Right, okay, Earl, if you haven't seen it already on YouTube, there's a really great clip. It's probably only about 5-10 minutes. And it's Jodie Comer's accents, all the different accents she's done. Brilliant. There we go. Right then, should we get started? What episode are we? There we go.
90.
You ready, Cordelia?
I'm good to go.
You ready?
Yeah.
I'm just playing with my little shit. Right then, hello and welcome to episode 90 of the Padded Cell podcast. And we're live once again for the first time in a month.
It's been a while.
Yeah, I've been saying to everybody, I'm out of practice, so it's just going to go to shit. But it generally does anyway.
I said to you last night, didn't I? I said even with when we're used to it, it's
just a bit chaotic. Yeah. So we're live over on YouTube. Hello, everybody over on there. And we're live over on Facebook too. So if there's anybody over on Facebook that wants to carry on watching us, just head over to Patreon and you can jump on YouTube by there. You'll be on for about 10 minutes unless I forget. Right then, so we've had all sorts of things going on recently. The big one is that Townhouse was 20
Townhouse 20, yeah.
on Saturday night. And for those who don't know, Townhouse is the venue that Jim and I own, and it's a swing and fetish club. And it's been going for 20 years. So we had a big party, didn't we?
Really good.
It was chocker as well.
Yeah.
Really great. Lovely group of people, and it was just a real celebration of what it's all about, really, isn't it? And loads of old people came out of the woodwork to join us who haven't been for ages. One guy flew in from Vienna, especially.
That's unreal. That is unreal.
And he was actually there on our first night.
No way.
He'd just joined as a member, and he was talking to me when I was booking him in the other night, and he went, "On my first night, you were there. Is your first night as well?" I was like, "Yeah, wait, we talked." I went, "Did we?" So all like the millions of people I've spoken to over the years. Like,
yeah.
So we had a great party. I did a little bit of fibre optic flogging. You and Mrs. G were comparing, weren't you?
Yeah.
We had burlesque acts on.
Yeah.
We had the Townhouse Choir.
At the Gungeon.
The Gungeon. We had a Gungeon competition. We had a
class.
Gunge machine with 3 teams of 2. I asked them questions about Townhouse, didn't I?
Yeah.
And if they got them right, they didn't get gunged. If they got them wrong, they got gunged. And they just got gunged in the end anyway.
Gunged at the end.
And you got gunged at one point, didn't you?
I did,
by accident,
because,
sort of.
there was like a big trough, wasn't there? And Boo, the string wasn't bingo. So there was still half a trough of gunge left in it. And I was like, fuck that, they're not getting away with that. So I just jumped in and went all down my kecks.
But you actually jumped into the pool though with your shoes, socks and your pants on.
Yeah.
And then you stepped out and you'd done that with your hand, and there was a hand mark over your crotch. And I think I was went, it's dead funny. But then you went, I rubbed it. I'm like, fucking hell, mate, just stop rubbing your crotch. And thankfully, all of the gunges come out of your trousers, so we're all good to go.
It has.
But it was really, really great night. And I just want to say a special thank you to Ry and Rach. I know that they're real names, but there's loads of Ry and Rach's out there. Nobody knows who they are.
Yeah.
They put the event together, obviously with the support of other people on the team.
Yeah.
But they did all the planning for it and come up with all the ideas, and they brought everybody else in. And so I think as a total, it's probably about 10 or 12 people, if not more, involved in bringing it all together, all the different acts and stuff. But it was the girls that just come up with all the ideas and pulled it off. Yeah,
pulled
it off. Hey.
Ooh,
that was bad. So I just want to say thank you to Ry and Rach. He did an outstanding job. Did us proud, and we really enjoyed it. Jim came along. He actually got on stage as well.
Yeah.
He had his waistcoat and his tie on.
Smart, didn't he?
Yeah, he does look good in his waistcoat, shirt and tie.
Yeah, I was gonna throw a waistcoat on, but I went with the jacket.
You just put your jacket on?
I had the jacket on, didn't I? Did you see me with the jacket?
Yeah, I thought you had a waistcoat on underneath.
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Anyway.
No.
Also, one of the things that they did do was they showed slides, messages from people over the years. And we actually got a really, really nice message from somebody beyond the grave.
Oh, don't.
So, have you got a tissue?
No, I'll be all right.
You can always put your hood up and then draw a
yeah.
string.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to do it while I'm live on Facebook. There's somebody that knows this person who's live on Facebook. Hello, Preston. Okay, so this is the Laird.
Yeah.
We've talked about the Laird because he passed away earlier on the year. And this party's been getting planned for ages. And Rach contacted him, and they obviously were in contact anyway.
Yeah.
And he agreed to do a little message for us, knowing that he wouldn't be here anymore. I mean, I'm just going to treasure it for life,
Yeah.
So, what does he say? So, for those that haven't seen previous episodes, this is a friend of ours who's been coming to the club for the same length of time as us, 20 years.
Yeah.
Big part of the club. You teach at School of Kink and stuff like that. And a really, really good friend to me, Jim, and lots of other people on the team.
Yeah.
And when he passed away, it was really, really sad. So he's done this message for us. So he said, I wish I could be there, but alas, I am there in your thoughts. But I knew I'd get the last word in. Interrogation, nettles, electrics, impact. There are too many good memories and stories to tell, and you'd all get pretty fed up of me if I wrote too much now. I encountered the best people at Townhouse, attended the best events, branded should always have an exclamation mark at the end. And you can't argue with me now. I'm chuckling here. The ones reading this will know how much you meant to me with your time and experience you gave me. I thank you for everything. Enjoy the items I left and think of me when you wallop somebody or get walloped. Thanks, Rach, for letting me be there when I'm not there. Now all go and have a great night full of pain and fun. Special thanks to Vic and Jim for making Townhouse wonderful for the last 20 years. Happy birthday.
Bless him.
Yeah, really, really, really lovely.
What a guy.
I just knew to know that you're on your last legs, basically, and you're putting something like that together, which is going to be read when you're not here anymore. In a way, it's sad, but it would make me feel quite nice to know that I've given that gift. And I think I said in the group the other day, I've had lovely gifts over the years for one thing or another, but that simple message I will treasure forever. Yeah, it's one of the best gifts anybody could possibly give me, and Jim, obviously. Because, we loved Alan. He was absolutely great. And it's just, it was really poignant. Yeah. Thankfully, the girls sent the slide through to me before it was actually put up. The day, by the way, the day of the party. Yeah. We think you should see this first because it's a bit... Anyway, I said, thank God you sent that through to me before the party. I was had mascara running down my face.
I didn't know about it. And I seen it. I just went cold. Yeah. I was like, fucking hell. I was like, boss. Boss, but...
I mean, obviously, I can't show this as a picture of him on there as well. With his Santa hat on and everything, looking full of life.
I mean, that's one of the reasons I treasure that dragon tail so much. Yeah. Like, number one, it's a gift from you, but it's the closest thing to... Obviously, it's not his. Yeah,
but it's a replica.
It's been made
basically.
Fresh, but yeah. So I just call it Owl's Tail.
Owl's Tail. So I just wanted to share that with everybody, and I don't know. I've never had a message from the grave like that before. Yes. I mean, obviously, we've talked about mediums and stuff like that before. Do we know they're true? But this is something that's he's put some forethought into. And I'm hoping that he was smiling as well.
Oh, he'd have been laughing his head off.
Of me receiving that, I think, would have made him smile. Yeah. It was really nice.
Tasha said it needs framing and put on the wall.
It does, yeah.
We should put that somewhere in the club, I think.
A lot of people commented on it as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway, so we're going to move on. We've got many more people on Facey. We've got Mike from Toronto. Oof. And we've got Narelle from the US Midwest. And Earl is still hanging on in there. Why aren't you on YouTube?
I know. He is. He is.
Oh, my God. So Earl's on the phone and on the lappy.
You've got two angles.
I know, yeah. As long as they're both my good angle. Okay, so today is the 2nd of June. And it's the Queen's birthday, the dead one, like. Yeah. Do you know she's got two birthdays? One, a real birthday and a coronation day. You're not a royalist? No. What is it about the royals you don't like?
I just don't care.
You don't care? No. Do you think that they're a waste of time or they should stay? You just don't really give them any thought? No interest whatsoever?
No opinion. No. Like with most things, to be honest with you. Just don't fucking care.
I can't say I'm a royalist, and I wouldn't be sad if they weren't around anymore, but there's something, only because I like history, there's something very special about our tiny little fucking island on this big world, which is overpopulated now with 68 million fucking people in this tiny little dot, but that's a subject for another day. That we've got this really old monarchy that people around the world, some people haven't got. In some countries, you don't have a monarchy. Yeah. And we're a very, very, very old country compared to others, like of the US. And our history goes right back. Our monarchs go right back. Yeah. So there's something quite special about that. And obviously, the royal line and all that kind of thing. Is it still needed now in 2025? I think actually during these tumultuous times, to have something which is steady that you're familiar with isn't a bad thing. Yes, it costs us a lot of money, but actually they bring a lot of money in as well. When you think of all the tourists who go to Buckingham Palace, Windsor Castle and all the other royal venues and everything. And then when there's a royal wedding or a funeral, London is flooded with millions of people and, there's loads of money. I was going to say come into the country, it's all just going to London. But, they do bring money, I suppose, and tourists and, all the bloody memorabilia and everything that we sell. It's just, I think now it's needed just to have that constant in a time where it's just a little bit nuts everywhere else.
Yeah.
To have the royal
is.
family who haven't really changed that much over the years, and they have this, way to behave, the way they act, and the way they live. It's not changed, and so to have that, the king looking the way he always has done in his fucking big castle, nothing's really affecting him. There's something about that you've got that constant when everything else is going to fucking shit.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you.
I don't like them necessarily. I think there's an awful lot of hypocrisy that goes on with the royal family, especially nowadays. But I don't think I'd want to get rid of the royal family. I know a lot of people against them. They cost too much money and all that. Actually, if you look into it, it doesn't.
Yeah.
But also on this day, the Queen would have had her Platinum Jubilee 2022, because obviously the day she was coronated was the 2nd of June, and a Platinum Jubilee of 70 years is on the 2nd of June. I remember watching the Jubilee. I don't think she was there, was she? She wasn't very well. She died later on that year. I think she died in September, and this was in, obviously, June. Can't remember if she was there or not. It was a great celebration. Yeah. And she's the longest reigning monarch in the UK. Did you know that?
Yeah.
70 years, 214 days she reigned for. Closely followed by Queen Victoria, who reigned for 63 years and 216 days.
That's a long time.
Do you know, it was on the cruise. When you go on and off the cruise, you have to zap in and out, with your little thing, just so you know who's on the ship and all that. And every time I went like that, there's one particular security guard. I think he was from the Philippines or something. He was lovely. And he'd go, "Oh, good morning, Queen Victoria." I could be a queen.
Bow peasant.
Right, how long have we been going? About 10 minutes?
About 10 minutes.
Right, let's boot Facey off then.
Bye, Facey.
Bye, Facebook.
Oh, Tanya said, hi, Vic and Ry. Oh, Sarah from north of Sweden.
What?
Sweden?
Yeah.
I love this. You know when Nordic people speak English but with their accent?
Oh. There's a twang on it, isn't there?
Yeah, there's something about it. There's a guy came in the club years ago from Norway. And I was like, ooh. And he had one of them accents.
A little twang.
Really good English, embarrassingly good English.
Yeah.
But with that twang, I was like, ooh, just speak to me.
My mate from Denmark, he's obviously not as Nordic, he's not, but he's over that Scandinavian ways. He's got a good twang on his voice.
Yeah.
And his English is fucking perfect.
Do you know what?
Better than mine.
I think, have you been to Holland? The Netherlands?
Yeah.
Fuck at the people over there, their English is like bob on.
Spot
They're
on.
using words that I don't even know, and I'm good.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing. Anyway, we're going to go. Anybody else got to say hello to? Lise, good evening from Queensland. Adele from New Zealand.
Jeez, we're getting everywhere, aren't we?
Everybody, yeah. Right, so thank you for joining us, everybody, over on Facebook. If you want to nip over to Patreon and you can see us on YouTube, great. If not, I'll jump online later on and I'll chat to you over there. And this episode is going out to the masses on Thursday. In the meantime, happy Monday. See, 4 weeks I've not done that. I was like, bink, bink.
Straight on it. Remember those troubles you used to have with that? Take you 3 minutes to fucking end alive.
The thing is that I'm going to do this to the camera so everybody can see what I'm doing. I've actually looked back on some of these. And as I'm looking for the thing, I'm like that, I'm going, Dylan, where's the lock button? Oh, the faces I was pulling. I'm like, why am I pulling faces? And now I'm watching myself again on my laptop doing it.
So am I.
Right then. Also on this day in 1960, Tony Hadley was born.
I said, that sounds familiar. Go on.
Have a little guess, Tony Hadley.
Just keep going.
He's 65. I'm going to describe him.
Go on.
So he was the lead singer of a band in the 80s, and the band were New Romantics. They weren't called New Romantics, they were New Romantics.
Okay.
That was like a genre of...
Oh,
Do you remember a bit of a New Romantic at one time? Yeah. Seen Duran Duran?
Yeah.
They're a little bit New Romantic.
Got ya.
Okay.
Got ya.
So they were New Romantics. He was a lead singer. There was 5 people in the band.
Okay. Okay, keep going.
No. He wore suits
Keep going.
and like black slicked hair. Good looking guy.
I'll know it when you say it.
Yeah. Spandau Ballet. Yeah. Go! I'd sing the words, but I can't remember them.
Yeah. Makes sense, though.
Tony Hadley. Well,
Yeah.
I like tone. Jim knows I've got a thing for tone. Yeah. We've been to like a couple of 80s concerts over the years where there's like loads of different bands, and Tony Hadley's always there. He does some Spandau Ballet stuff, but he also does some of his own bits and bobs as well. And he's got this girl in the background that's always with him. I can't remember her name, but you know, when somebody is like, well, you should not be the background girl. You need to be in the front. She's brilliant.
Oh, one of them, yeah.
But he always has the place up. I'm like, he's 65 now. I only saw him, I think, this Christmas, just gone. And everybody was up giving it beans. He's just got a presence. You know, when there's some bands and they make brilliant music, but the stage presence isn't great.
Oh, yeah.
Tony Hadley has got this presence and he just gets everybody up. And even though he's knocking on, he wears a suit brilliantly and he knows he does.
Fitted nice.
And even though we're miles away from him, you just know he smells nice as well. And he's got his best undies on and all that. Nice nail. You know, when somebody just pays attention to their grooming and all that. Yeah. And I pay attention to that. Jimmy's always got nicely groomed nails and all that, you know. Well, I've got a thing for toe. So when he comes on, I'm always like that. Oh, no, he's gorgeous, you know. What I wouldn't give for him to walk into our club. Nobody else would get a look and like that, knocking everybody else out the way.
Over the desk.
Yeah. Like, on my way over, elbow everybody out the way, shouting to Jim, can I have a pass for this one, please, Jim? So, yeah, happy birthday, Toe.
If you watch him.
Yeah, and before I move on to my segment in a mo, it's National Volunteer Week. Have you ever volunteered?
Have I? I think I have for some things.
You've done a few little bits of World Wise guys, haven't you?
Yeah.
You ever done any volunteering, Cordelia?
Like back in the day, I'm not gonna. Oh, actually, yeah. I did Hay Festival a couple of years ago. I was like the camera person for that. I had to stay in a tent in the rain.
Oh,
yeah.
At least you were under a tent in the rain.
Tent in the rain.
Yeah. I suppose.
Best thing.
I mean, outside in the rain would be a little bit worse, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but then you had to like stand for like 12 hours, and I wasn't used to doing that then. And,
oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't the best, but
you didn't repeat it.
No.
You weren't feeling that charitable.
No, I don't think so.
I've done a little bit of volunteering over the years. When I wanted to be a midwife, it's a catch-22 situation. It's like you need experience to get a place on the course. And like, how the hell do you get midwifery experience? So just some little bits and bobs here and there, like, you know, helped out in parent education classes and shit like that. I used to work for a charity years ago as well and helped out with stuff. But I don't know, there's something quite nice about volunteering and giving something back. And I think if I ever retire, I'd love to do some volunteering. Do you know what? I'd volunteer in a charity shop because you get first dibs and everything.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a charity shop whore.
Yeah. You'd have to go somewhere nice, though. Birkenhead wouldn't have the best.
I'd go probably to Alderley Edge. They've got nice charity shops in Alderley Edge.
Kirby.
West Kirby, it's a bit Antwacky, soz, if you're in West Kirby. We went not long ago. And it's okay if you're in your 80s and about to go into a nursing home.
Or Egbert.
Okay, Egbert isn't bad when we go to Allerton Road.
Allen Road, that's it.
Yeah, for those who aren't in the area, this makes no sense whatsoever. We're talking about the posh areas where there's nice charity shops. Allerton Road's got about 5 or 6, so they're all nice.
Yeah, me and Mrs G said we were going to start doing that.
Yeah, we'd literally go on charity shop days. Yeah. So if I ever have a day when I'm not like chocker, we'll go out, maybe have some brekkie, then go around all the charity shops, have a little coffee. If we haven't had brekkie, we might have lunch. Yeah. Maybe like meet a friend in the middle. It depends. We make a whole day out of it, and then we get a cake as well. So go home and we can carry on our nice day out. Yeah. You know what? We like nice things. Like, look after ourselves. You know
they
what I mean?
need to make like a Cheshire Oaks of charity shops.
Oh, could you imagine a whole area with just charity shops?
Yeah.
It's not a bad idea, that really. Then again, it'd be too expensive to run somewhere like that, wouldn't it? Charity shops wouldn't have any money to pay you. Anyway. So, National Volunteer Week. I'm just bringing it up because, as most of you know, I set up a charity called Widow Wise Guys. And Widow Wise Guys is going to go through a change. A few little things have happened. We set up loads and loads of projects and helped lots of people over the time. But as with a lot of charities, we're running out of money. The funding dried up, and we can't just keep relying on donations all the time, especially when you're paying a wage. We had one employee. I don't really want to use people's donations to pay for that person. I want it to go to where it's needed, and funding for wages, and the funding just dried up completely. So we haven't got any employees anymore. And so we are taking stock of Widow Wise Guys. The chairman of Whittle Wise Guys, who was with us from February time, he's moved on as well. And it says back to me and a few others. And we're going to take a little bit of time just to think about what we do next because of the funding issue. We're not going anywhere. We are definitely going to be probably launching different projects to what we were doing before that we think are going to make a bigger difference and more sustainable. For the projects that were already ongoing, the person who was working for us and our chair have set up another charity, and they are going to be continuing the services that we were providing. And I think it's already launched. The first support group is coming up soon, and the football and everything. So those that were using the services, they're still ongoing. So I'm going to give you some updates later on, probably in the next month or so, on where Whittle Wise Guys is going and what we're doing next. And I probably will be asking for some of your help and support with that, just to get the word out there, really. So I want to bring that up. And lastly, it's also Pride Month in the UK.
Here we go.
And we love a bit of Pride at Townhouse.
We do.
I mean, pretty much every day is like Pride at Townhouse, really. Yeah. But, you know, we make the most of it.
You've got to, haven't you?
Got to do it. Love Pride.
Scream and shout about it.
So the Pride events have started. Do you know there's an Ellesmere Port Pride on Saturday?
You're joking.
Sunday.
Oh, my God.
Ellesmere Port Pride.
That sounds sick. There's some absolute... There's some real... I used to live in Ellesmere Port.
There's some characters over there.
Characters over there. I'm going to go.
No!
No.
Video with Forest cards.
Okay, so I'm not speaking out of turn here, but Ellesmere Port, I think it is still swinging central.
Is it?
Is it, yeah?
Wow.
So when you look at the addresses of people that come to the club, obviously nobody else has access to this, but I can see trends.
Yeah.
And there's more people that swing in Ellesmere Port than anywhere else on our database.
It's local, I suppose, isn't it?
They're all just dirt, aren't they, I suppose?
At least they're doing it somewhere safe and clean.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Safe and
Rather
clean.
than dogging.
Yeah.
Have you heard the tune about dogging?
No.
We're going dogging. The lady on the piano, and she does the swinging one.
Yes,
and
yes.
Don't Be a Cunt one.
Yeah.
Well, she does one about going dogging.
Yeah.
And then she's got two women in the background that do like harmonies with her. We're going dogging. We're going dogging.
Great singer, by the way.
Yeah, she's really, really good.
Yeah.
Really good. So Pride Month anyway. If you are curious and you're in the UK about where your local Pride is or where the big ones are, there's actually a website. It's theprideshop.co.uk. They sell loads of Pride stuff, but they've got a full list of all the Pride events going off around the country for the year. I mean, it's only going to be really from now up until probably about September time, end September. But there's loads. It's like if you've got a town, there's a Pride going on.
Oh, yeah.
It never used to be like that.
I know.
Have you seen the film Pride about the first one?
No.
Okay, you need to watch it. It's good.
Okay.
Really good.
Great movie.
Is it?
It's heart-wrenchingly good. But they're everywhere. So, if you are LGBTQ or you are an ally, supporter, and you've never been to a Pride, go. Because it's such a feel-good day.
Yeah.
And it's just full of people who just want to get along and have a great day out. It's really good. And you're supporting a cause, which is actually very important to the community.
But it is just good vibes, isn't it? Like when you're there, it's just, they're the best people.
Absolutely. Tasha said Victoria Wood did the dogging one. There's actually another lady, I can't remember her name now, Elsa or something her name is, and she does all these funny tunes.
Yeah.
And one of them is that, yeah. I'm just looking at some of the comments there. Thanks for your wishes about Whittle Wise Guys. We'll get there. Definitely will get there. Right, we do need a T-shirt competition. So I'm going to let you think about that.
Okay.
When it comes to the dangly bit.
Okay.
Okay. So I am wearing my Lady C garb today, which means we're going to do kink. Woohoo!
Woohoo! Sorry, I was thinking of a competition.
You're thinking of a competition?
Yeah.
Your brain can't multitask.
Because you know when you're on the views thing?
Yes.
I was thinking about doing one for... Can you see from there?
No.
Right.
Is that Insta or the Toctic?
Toctic, yeah.
Toctic.
Yeah.
Right then.
Do you reckon that'd work? Shall we?
Sarah P. steps away from the keyboard for the T-shirt competition.
Yeah, try love.
Yeah, I think you should. Okay then, so we are going to talk BDSM fetish today. We haven't done a full episode of this for a little while.
It's been a while,
so
yeah.
I thought it would be about time. There's been other things I've been wanting to do. So.
Yeah.
And I am going to talk about something which I really, really, really enjoy. It's my thing. It's not flogging. And I think you might have a little bit of a thing for it too. It's medical fetish.
Yes.
Well, you like wearing the scrubs.
Yeah. I think it's more the role play side of it.
It's medical fetish.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about medical fetish, and we have got another fetish that I'm going to talk about after the dangly bit if we've got time. Yeah. What I might do, Cordelia, is what I was saying earlier, is might run this on a little bit and do 2 long episodes rather than do one in the middle, but we'll see how we go.
Great.
So the 2 fetishes that I'm going to talk about today, the reason I'm bringing them up is because they are dangerous.
Yeah.
And they can land you in prison. And so I'm going to be talking about them from a cautionary point of view, because people do them, but I think there just needs to be a little bit more thought and some legalities known about these things.
So would that be interesting for me? Because I don't really know a lot of that side.
Yeah. So what is medical fetish? Do you know what? I've asked the question. Some people over on YouTube, give me some answers of what you would consider medical fetish to be, and you can think about it while I'm having a little slurp. Right, so the guys in the studio call San Pellegrino Tory Fanta.
It is Tory Fanta.
I think it's a great name, Tory Fanta.
Because it is just Fanta.
It's just posh orange, isn't it?
With a posh name, yeah. Do you reckon King Charles has a San Pellegrino?
Oh, you must have. It's not by order of the king, though, is it? It hasn't got more than royal things on it.
Yeah, he defo has some in his fridge, doesn't he?
Yeah, got to, hasn't he?
Do you reckon behind the throne he's just got like a mini fridge full of San Pellegrino?
I'd be disappointed if he didn't.
That's what I'd do.
And little miniatures of vodka for a bad day to throw in it.
Yeah. He just sits in the throne like that.
The big massive cigar.
Big cigar, yeah.
Right then. So, some people are starting to respond on here. Lindsay's saying injections. Ooh, what type of injections, Lindsay? Doctors, nurses, patient role play. There you go.
Yeah.
So that's you.
Yeah.
Dental work. We've actually got an antique dental device in our dungeon. Not in our dungeon, in our medical room. Have you seen it? On the wheel. Did you know what it was?
Probably.
The little wheel thing with a stand.
Yeah.
That's a dental.
No way.
It's a foot-operated dental drill.
Fuck off.
Yeah. So dental work can also include some fear play, reenacting medical procedures of other types, use of medical implements, catheterization, sounding, saline, role play, examination, speculums. The list is endless. Yes, it is. So the things that I've put down here is dressing up.
Yeah.
So some people don't even want to take part in medical role play. They just like to dress in certain attire because it makes them feel confident, powerful, mean, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Scrubs, I love wearing scrubs. I've got purple scrubs. Told you about that, didn't I?
I've just sent a photo.
Oh, have you?
Of mine.
Ooh. Oh, the one in the medical room?
Yeah.
I like that one.
Yeah.
One moment.
Yeah, I like that.
Oh,
Wrong one. I mean, that one as well, though.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
I sent that in case.
I'm thigh rubbing under the desk.
Oh my God, give me a minute. Jesus. Oh, God, okay.
Cords needs a minute.
Yeah, so Cord is just looking at that photo a little bit longer. Fucking hell.
Okay, there we go.
There you go.
Okay.
So it was actually Cardia who gave me that.
Yeah.
And Mrs. G's just got an absolute thing for it. But the attention to detail with this that I love is I've got on clouds on, and when we spent a lot of time in Alderey, every single member of staff I seen had on running shoes on, on clouds, and I was like,
yeah,
here we go.
Yeah. When you're on your feet all day, you can't have big heavy shoes.
I know.
But it's a really great photo. So what is it about wearing that sort of garb does it for you?
Oh, I don't know. It just it shifts my mind into a more sort of like professional and precise sort of, maybe even using like a different structure of wording of how I speak. But it's not. It's strange. It just completely shifts me from not dom sub to, it's patient and and professional. I mean, we could be doing anything in that. It could be absolutely anything, but it's
doesn't have to be medical.
Yeah. It's just, you know.
It's putting you in a headspace, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think dressing up, it makes you feel like you're somebody else, and you can act into a role easier if you're dressed up for the role.
Yeah.
And from my point of view, I think seeing people in scrubs and medical stuff and all that, there's obviously, I've got my medical links. There's just something about it for me. It says in charge.
Yeah.
I've got you.
Yeah.
You can trust me.
Yeah.
It's those sort of things.
Yeah.
So dressed up in scrubs, hospital gowns. I did actually have quite a lot of hospital gowns at one point. Yeah. And Mistress Chloe used to do No Mercy Nursey as one of her alter egos, and she used to bring like whole like operating theatres with her, with all the operating theatre, what are they called? The sheets that you put over people and all that. Yeah. Obviously, we've already got drip stands and stuff like that in our dungeon.
Yes.
And she had the whole thing set up. I'd be like, that's like a proper operating theatre. And she wouldn't be doing like operations, but when the guy walked in, he fucking shit himself. Because he's like, oh my God, what's going to happen here? This is like an operating
Didn't
room.
expect this.
Yeah. But when I've done medical fetish, I find that the attention to detail is noted. People that enjoy medical fetish are looking for detail. It's not just about, okay, catheterize me or use a speculum on me. They want the stainless steel table, which we've got.
Clean.
They want the sterile pack.
Yes.
They want the garb. They want the stethoscope. Maybe even a mask. The gloves. They like the smell of the latex gloves.
Yeah.
It's a whole aesthetic and a multi-sensory experience.
Yeah.
They like the smell of like the sterile fluid, alcohol gel, the latex gloves, like I say. They like the look of the person in whatever medical attire they've chosen to wear. They want to feel the gown. It just puts them into this headspace. And actually, by the time you've done a lot of my scenes, 15, 20 minutes was preparation. So they'd be there as the patient, and I'd be preparing the room around them. All the while they're thinking, what the hell is she going to do to me here?
Yeah, and you just stay silent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just walk around the chair, going from one thing, and I'd like dropping like clink onto the stainless steel, you know. And if I was feeling really mean, I'd do like sensory deprivation on them, and I'd be rattling all sorts of things and like using implements that sound like cranking things up, that kind of thing. Like I'm going to like pull a tooth out or something.
Yeah.
The headspace, you can't underestimate how powerful that is. And sometimes the best scenes, you're hardly lifting a finger. You're getting into their head, and it's all about setting this scene and creating this headspace for them. Yeah, I love that side of role play.
That's my favourite bit.
Is it?
Yeah, it's my absolute favourite.
To be honest with you, medical role play is probably the only role play that I can do well.
Got you.
I'm not.
Is that because you've got a background in it, you think?
Yeah. I mean, I have done the prison warden thing as well. Did incarceration overnight last year, and that was quite good. I fell into that easier than I thought I would.
Yeah.
But it still didn't come natural. I think this is just familiarity, really. I just flicked into it, you know.
Yeah.
I'm just not great at role play for some reason. You know, like if you said, you know, can you act into whatever role? I'm like,
Yeah, there's only a couple that we do. As I say, we do this one. A doctor/dentist, because she likes a lot of mouth play. So I'll dress up like that, and I'll be a dentist and just fucking, you know, think you. And the other one is a masseur.
Oh, okay. With a happy ending.
Yeah.
It's got to be, hasn't it?
Yeah. So yeah, they're the only two.
Yeah, I've tried role play. I'm better now. I think I might have like dropped a little bit of the embarrassment that I used to have, and I think my fucks have just been thrown to the wind.
That's the other thing as well, isn't it?
I think you've just got to be okay with making mistakes and making a fool out of yourself and stuff like that, really.
Yeah.
So the other things I've got down here, so I've said dressed up in scrubs, hospital gowns, role playing doctor-patient dynamics. Use some medical instruments like stethoscopes, reflex hammers, speculums, thermometers, that kind of thing. Simulating procedures like pelvic exams, surgeries, injections, enemas, all that. And so like I said before, it's often about the aesthetic. It's setting the scene and getting somebody in the headspace.
Yeah.
For others, it's sensation. And you don't necessarily have to do a lot if you prepare them first. So you've set in the scene for ages.
Yeah.
Literally, you can pretend to put a scalpel on them and that'll be it.
Yeah.
It wouldn't need much at all. And then there's also the psychological experience around it that people like is the helplessness, the care aspect, the control, the nurturing maybe.
Yeah.
Some of this is a bit of a throwback from, previous experience. So that's just a few of the things. I mean, we can go into detail about all of the instruments that you can use. But what is it then? You said that Mrs. G likes not dental, but mouth play. So you simulate dental play. So what does that do to her? Why does she like it? Where does it take her?
It's I suppose there's some sort of a denial aspect to it. Choosing a mouth over a vagina, say. Because that's how one of those scenes would end. It's nothing sexual for her to get out of it. I don't know. She just likes a mouth being played with. Yeah. And it's something we honed in on a while ago. So like had fish hooks and stuff like that. And the more we've explored that, the more like we because we always talk about what we've done afterwards, and we were just chatting, and I was like, maybe we should do a dentist thing one time. And she was like, yeah. So we got one of those gags they clip on your teeth, open it up. So we've messed around with all that, and it's just good fun. And as I say, anytime you're trying something new, just have a conversation afterwards. Yeah. Because I said to her with the gag, was that all right? Do you want me to open it more, open it less? I said, because I can work with less. I didn't need it to be open a lot. So if that was uncomfy for you, I said, we open it less next time, we can go for longer. Yeah. Because obviously your jaw strains and stuff like that, doesn't it? So yeah, it's just something we found that she likes. And
funny, isn't it?
I quite like fucking about with her teeth and her tongue. And
you have to get their mirrors, the dental mirrors.
Yeah, that's what we need.
Actually, I've got two. You can have one.
Yes.
I've actually got. It's not like the stainless steel one. It's a light up one. It's got a mirror. It's got a torch on it. Oh,
yeah.
So I'll give you one of those. I've got two.
And then I want to get all the sharp instruments and stuff. Just like fuck around with the teeth.
You can get them on Amazon.
Yeah.
Believe it or not.
Yeah.
I've seen them just like, actually, our friend might be able to get you a set.
Which one?
The one who sells medical stuff.
Oh, yes.
HD photo.
Yes.
They look similar to me suturing kits. It's just like a black case. You open it up, it's got all the dental stuff in it.
I think he showed me it once,
Yeah, I think he might sell them or he could get them for you. But they're good. They're real, so just be careful.
He's on a little project with me at the minute.
Oh, is he?
He's going to try and print me, Winter Soldier?
Yeah.
He's going to try and print me the arm.
Really?
Because I've got the vest, I've got the mask, and I've found somewhere that sells the goggles.
That'd be really good.
Yeah. Hype.
Yeah. Right. So, moving on. So, what do I like? What is my preference? I've got loads of medical fetish. It's funny because I actually, I'll come to it later. There's a bit down there, and I'm like, yeah, done that. I like needles.
You like topping or bottom?
Topping.
Would you bottom for them?
No.
Okay.
I've got a fear of needles, nothing like that. It just does nothing for me. I've put needles in myself when I've been doing training at School of Kink. When somebody else doesn't want to, poke themselves, I'll show them how easy it is. And I'm like, well, do you want to use my leg? You can do it on me.
Got you.
But I don't get nothing from it whatsoever. So I'm not into receiving, but I definitely do give. So I do decorative needles. I've done the needle wings. I've told you about those before with the feathers. Yeah. I've done suturing. So I've done like medical suturing. If you don't know what suturing is, it's basically sewing up. When you've like cut yourself. Yeah. And I've sutured labia together.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did that at a branded event, and I had all the like I said before, the operating room sheeting. Yeah. The lady had her legs up. I had my full gown and everything on, like full on procedure, and I sutured her labia together, but in between the lips, I'd threaded in CUNT and beads. Oh. Have you not seen it on FetLife?
I haven't.
It's on FetLife on my profile.
Oh, look.
So if you haven't seen it and you're on FetLife, go to Caroline's Dungeon, you'll see that photo. And it literally says cunt, and I've just sewn it together.
That's so good.
It's really good. And it's not neat either. I did it like as if it was like, sew it together because she's a bad girl.
Yeah.
It was just like really roughly done.
Yeah, you're getting this done.
Really, really good. So I've done that, and I've also done like a sutured necklace. So rather than wearing a necklace, I had thread, and I was going under the skin with a straight needle and then threading things through, and it just looked like a necklace. Again, that is on FetLife. So literally sewed in a necklace onto somebody's chest. That was really nice.
That's cool.
I have done speculum type stuff. Speculums are the things that go up vaginas. I have done medical role play. I've done full medical scenes, like simulated, like somebody's coming for a full checkup.
Okay, yeah, done that.
Didn't really know what they got out of it, really, because there wasn't really much beating or anything. It was just all poking and prodding.
I don't know with Miss G, and I was like, well, yeah, let's do it. And then I got like 10 minutes into it. I was like, where's the end point?
Yeah.
I was like, I've come up with the idea to do it. I haven't really planned it. I just grabbed a dildo at the end.
Yeah.
Like, let's check your internals.
It was a bit of a weird scene for me, that just doing medical stuff with no beating or anything. They just wanted to go through basically a half an hour MOT of checkups and consultation, and it had to be authentic.
Yeah,
like taking full details and all that, and look at the blood pressure and all that kind of thing. Obviously, I can take blood pressure.
Yeah.
So I was doing all of that. I was like, fuck, I could be a midwife again.
God, the NHS really is in an absolute
Well, if they're sending people to dominatrix, I mean, fucking hell, we're properly broke, aren't we, in this country? We can't see you, but Lady C can.
Yeah, book in with Lady C.
That's it, yeah, full MOT. So I'm into all sorts of things, and I have like black gloves rather than like latex gloves. I've had purple ones as well. I've got like black masks rather than white masks and all that kind of thing. Right, Cordelia, you've actually got a picture, I think, that I sent over of our medical room. It's got the medical chair in it and all the rest of it. There you go. So for those who haven't been to Townhouse, you can see our clinic.
That's it.
The chair doesn't look like that at the moment because the chair's got so many heel marks in it. We've had to temporarily recover it.
The bottom's black, isn't it?
But you can see the drip stands there. There's some screens, a stainless steel bench. Obviously, the medical chair goes up, down, and all over the place.
Yeah.
There's an X-ray reading thing there.
Yeah.
There's all sorts of bits and bobs.
The mirror cabinets are great.
I like the mirror. Nothing in there though.
No,
Occasionally somebody will leave me a present to see if I find it. Not a great present.
Yeah.
I found a used condom in there one day.
Never are, are they?
Used condom one day.
Nice.
I think somebody did it to see if we cleaned thoroughly enough. I'm like, yeah, found it.
Yeah, we get it. Yeah, we get it.
So that's our medical room anyway. And, a lot of attention to detail's gone into it there. So if you are doing medical fetish in that room in the club, you're immediately immersed. I also do like suture training, needle training, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Do all sorts of medical stuff. It's just a comfort zone for me, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it just threw me when that guy went to just want an examination. I was like, oh, okay, no problem.
And
Would you like treatment?
Yeah.
Like I'll beat that whatever virus out of you or whatever.
Yeah.
And only if you deem it necessary. But I feel fine. I'm here just for the checkup. And I'm like, it means you just 150 quid I've earned for ages, like, but even so.
Yeah. Were you looking at the 150 quid after? So what the fuck have I done to earn that?
Yeah. It was really, really weird. Anyway.
You should have told him you've got to book back in next week for another one.
Yeah.
Easy money.
Yeah, I just have to repeat some of these tests again. Something's not quite right.
You should have given him a phone call. Something's come up from the lab.
Yeah. So who's in to medical fetish and why? So for dominance, for me personally, it's control, authority, and attention to detail and precision.
Yeah.
So when I'm setting up my clinic, if I do medical fetish, the attention to details there, I order in proper medical single-use packs and stuff like that, instrument packs, which is all seals, and I'll do it in front of the patient and I'll open it up properly, keep an aesthetic technique and a sterile area. I know aseptic technique, sorry.
Yeah,
and so I'll go through the proper procedure, and those who are into medical fetish know you're doing the right procedure. They're watching you.
Well, yes, it's their forte, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. So for submissives, there's lots and lots of different reasons. And I've done some research because, I mean, I've got my own ideas of why I think a submissive would like it, but I obviously researched it as well. It said it can be about exposure, helplessness and surrender to authority. So as a submissive would do normally, they do surrender themselves.
Yeah.
But in this particular instance, it can also bring helplessness because they can be vulnerable, whether they're like undressed or in a gown, you know, ill, that kind of thing. And some people eroticize this vulnerability and be medically examined, restrained, treated, that kind of. And the vulnerability apparently is a bit of a throwback. So if there's been that sort of thing going on in the childhood in the past, it can bring comfort because the vulnerability they felt before was not comforted, but now it is. It's like putting wrong or right,
taking control of it, sort of thing.
Yeah. So it says here, so it can often stem from, like I've said before, childhood hospitalisation or childhood experiences, early intense medical experiences, associated with care, fear or control, and aesthetic attraction to the environment and tools.
Yeah, I think a lot of people just like it because it's fucked up as well.
Yeah.
Like you go to doctors to be safe and looked after and nice and friendly, and then you've got this one who's poking and prodding you and just wanting to get inside you.
Yeah.
It's like, I think that's why Mrs. G likes it, because she is a bit warped in the head. But,
no shit. But it's funny that early medical intervention experiences and childhood trauma through like the medical field, how as you get older, it goes from a traumatic experience to something which they've eroticized somehow. The triggers become sexual rather than fearful.
Yeah.
And or they've learned to deal with it because the fear that they felt is going to be replicated, but somehow it turns them on.
Well, there's always that thing of, I'm reliving this, but I can end it at any time. So they're sort of in control of the trauma this time around, aren't they? So there's some legs on there, I suppose.
Yeah, absolutely. Associations with care, fear, control, like I said before, and the tools and the environment. After one of my sessions once, the guy said, can I have a little feel of your tools? And he's like, that's proper stuff. I'm like, well, yeah.
Oh, this wasn't in the scene? I thought you said that was part of a scene.
As part of a scene, yeah, afterwards. Yeah. No, I wouldn't be doing that. And he was like, oh, it's proper stuff. And yeah, of course, it's proper stuff, what you expect. It doesn't always come from trauma, though. It says here, sometimes people just find medical fetish really erotic. There's just no reason for it at all.
Sometimes
they just like it.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people that I've dealt with, it's been very much the sensory thing with them. It's been the smells and the aesthetic. They love the smell of latex gloves, something about it. And there's one guy who liked the sound of me snapping them.
Yeah.
So obviously something has happened to him at some point. This has happened and it does something to his brain, whatever it is.
I've got a load of people who follow me on Insta who are like glove fanatics and medfet fanatics, and I put a video up with the same again with the gloves and snapped the glove, and there's loads of comments like, oh, the glove snap.
Yeah.
It must be like a big thing.
Yeah. Well, there's somebody that we know on our team, when his partner was in labour, she's got a real big latex glove fetish.
No way.
And when the midwives that were going out of the room, she was making him put gloves on and all that.
Have a feel.
Yeah.
Why not? Get your money's worth.
I think, if I remember rightly, don't think he watches this, but if you do, I think you'll agree. I'm sure he sent a photo of him doing it while she was in labour into the group. I'm sure he did. Yeah. So, common styles and scenes. So, the typical scenes that I've come across is the full checkup, temperature taken, stethoscopes, reflex tests. There was one guy, you know, I did a reflex test on and I went, is he holding his leg on purpose? He can't really resist this.
Yeah.
And I was like, isn't he? His leg wasn't moving when we did the reflex test. So at the end of it all, I was like, have you had a reflex test before? He went, oh, not for years. And I went, you had any injuries or anything like that? He went, well, I play football. Just go to your doctor there. He said, you haven't got reflexes on your left-hand side. Didn't. And he actually did. He went to the doctor and something was going on. I can't remember what it was now.
No way.
Yeah. Simulated gynecological or urological exams.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that around in general. So, you know, I've actually got a big box of disposable speculums. There's about 40 of them in the medical room on top.
Yeah.
Speculum examinations, really, really common. Some women like to be spread as much as possible.
Yeah.
Don't necessarily want anything poking in there. Some do, but you can't really feel much.
Just
on it,
the pressure.
It's the stretch.
Yeah.
If you like the stretch.
Excuse me.
And the urological exams, that can be catheterization. There's two different types of catheterization. There's a stab catheter, which is just an in and out.
Yeah.
So it's a single use. You go in, and it doesn't even go into a bag. It's just like a tube, and it'll go into like a kidney dish.
Yeah.
Some people like to see their urine coming out into a kidney dish, not necessarily into a bowl. And then you have your bagged catheters, the indwelling catheter.
Yeah.
So that goes in, stays there, and then all the wee leaks into the bag. There was one guy years ago, I think it might have been Mistress Chloe, who wanted to take his urine home with him in the bag. Don't know what he's going to do with that, but you know, it was a little souvenir. Our TV is about to close, it says here.
Oh, no.
Your TV is going to turn off automatically. Oh. In 53 seconds, Cordelia.
Come on,
quick. Oh, fucking hell, she saved the day there. How quick was that? See the reflexes there?
Fucking 3
Jumped
seconds.
over the fucking cables and everything there.
Did a flip.
She did. Little
3
cartwheel.
seconds.
Didn't see the cartwheel in the background. She did a cartwheel.
Tom Cords.
Yeah. So I've said here role play. Obviously, we've said that. Anaesthesia, masks, and dental play. Now, there has been somebody on the scene who's done actual anaesthesia play.
Ooh.
And we don't allow it.
Yeah.
There's a very, very muddy field, this.
Yeah.
And there's not an awful lot that we do as legal, you know, with medical fetish. I'm going to go into that. But yeah, they had a proper anaesthetic machine.
Fuck.
And obviously, you know, different things. I'm not going to say anything else because I don't want anybody to get any ideas. But we couldn't allow it.
Yeah.
It's just a little bit too much, you know. Anaesthesia is a different level. It's beyond kink for me. That really, it's very, very, very edgy because it's very dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then other people have like psychological themes, like institutionalization or like bad treatment. So I was talking about mental health institutions in a previous episode.
Yeah.
So, you know, chaining people into our cells. I mean, I've actually done this, dousing them with cold water and then putting the fan on.
Yeah.
So it's psychologically, it's like making a traumatic experience out of institutionalization.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
And some people go all out and build their own clinics at home. I don't know anybody that has built their own clinic, but apparently there are some out there. I mean, the price of the stuff in our clinic is quite a lot, so they must have a few quid to do that. So what do you think the risks are of medical fetish? Just throw a few out.
It depends what you're doing. If you're doing like needle play and stuff like that, messing with people's bloods, risk of infection's probably high if you're not using clean, sterile stuff.
Yeah.
That would be my main thing. Risk of infection.
Yeah, so, you know, you don't want somebody to go away damaged, whether it's psychological or physical. Talking about taking blood and stuff, there's a certain person who used to be on our team. I don't think they know about this. And he's the same person who came to the post-mortem live. Have I told you about that? I'm going to tell you about this. Do you know what? This is going to be my dangly bit then, if I haven't told this before. I was going to do a dangly bit, but it's actually going to be a quick one. This person, every time he played with somebody, a female, he would take their blood.
I've heard this.
So I taught him how to bloodlet. So, I mean, bloodletting is basically taking blood from somebody as if you're drawing a full vial of blood. But you can do it with like a butterfly needle and just use a small amount of blood, or you can do like a finger prick.
Yeah.
But no, he wanted to do a full bloodlet. So for every single person he ever played with, he would, obviously with consent, take a full vial of blood, name it. And then he had, just like Dexter off the TV series, he'd have a slide and he'd put a drop of blood and he'd put their name on it and put it in a slide box.
No way.
And that was his record of all the people. He's quite brutal, really. Yeah. So that was the record of all the people he played with. And I was like, mate, don't ever, like, properly deviate or do anything bad, because if the police come round and raid your house, you've got like all this shit going on. I said, and I hope one of the girls doesn't disappear.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Can you imagine all of them just disappearing one day, something happening to them, and then he's got her blood on a slide in a fucking slide box with a name on it.
Yeah.
And probably a date as well, knowing him.
Probably.
But that was his kink.
Yeah.
He quite liked this sort of record or everything. So even if it wasn't a medical fetish play, it was just impact or whatever, he would still take blood from them.
Crazy.
Isn't it?
Crazy. Yeah. Yeah.
So, right. So remind me, have I got a pen? Right. So dangly bit. I'm changing my dangly bit to this story. So, post-mortem. Can't understand me writing, but there you go. So the risks, yes, is cross-contamination.
Mm-hmm.
So that is if you're needling somebody, you're not necessarily posing a risk to them, but also to yourself with needle stick injuries.
Oh, yeah.
So if you're going to be putting a needle just under subcutaneous level of the skin and poking back out again, and your finger's in the way, you get a needle stick, you don't necessarily know that person's status, so the risk to you, but also to the person that you're sticking as well, if your equipment or your needles aren't in date, or the packaging's being breached on the needles. So like anything, if you're using a single-use thing, you're going to check it, maybe it's in date and it's all sealed and everything. Any bugs get in there, there's an infection control risk.
Yeah.
So infections from unsterile tools or hands or whatever. If you're going to be drawing blood, whether you're doing it for impact or you're meaning to, and you've got dirty hands and you put them on that person, there's a risk of infection. So anything like that, put gloves on. And internal injury from catheterization, if you don't know what you're doing, the speculum, that kind of thing. It's quite easy to damage some areas down there if you don't know what you're doing, especially sounds. So I haven't talked about medical sounds yet. You do know what sounds are, don't you?
Yeah.
I wonder if Cordelia knows what sounds are.
Do you know what sounding is?
No, not a clue.
No, okay. I'm not going to ask her to guess. Okay. Sounding is when you slide stainless steel rods down the shaft of a penis.
Would you ever have guessed that, Cordelia?
No, I wouldn't have.
So, yes, the stainless steel rod goes down the shaft of the penis and they start a really, really thin, low grade and they go faster and faster and faster. And I think the widest one's about a good 1.5 centimetres wide. I mean, that's a conversation for a different day, sounding, but I mean, that's quite extreme.
Yeah.
So, injury. Burns from like electrostim type stuff if you're not using them properly. Yeah. Then you can unintentionally trigger a past trauma. Now, sometimes people don't know that certain things trigger until it triggers.
Yeah.
You don't know.
Yeah.
And so you've got to be ready for that. And then like this emotional, what would you call it? Like a dysregulation of if the scenes are intense and unsupported. So, if it's an intense scene, but you're not looking after the person before, during, after, that can cause some problems. And then consent really, really important. You consent for, obviously you agree to your scene or whatever, but sometimes medical fetish can go off piste really quickly just because you're dealing with a person's reactions as they happen. Sometimes consent can get lost in translation with medical play. Right, before I go on, I am going to do my dangly bit. May as well, before I forget what it was. I was going to do a different one. I'm just actually going to do this one instead.
Yeah, go on.
It's a little story. I don't know whether I've told it before. Apologies if I have, and if I have, it was a long time ago. So this person that I was talking about with the slides, we've often joked that he's either a sociopath or a psychopath.
Yeah.
He's definitely got sociopathic tendencies, he's been told, professionally, but not psychopathic. He's not going to act out on them.
Yeah.
But his scenes are very, very twisted. This is the guy that put needles under somebody's nails and electrified them.
Yeah.
So, I love gore. I love watching horror movies, nothing to do with death and all that kind of thing, and he was the same. And Postmortem Live came to the Northwest. And you go into a room and somebody talks you through this post-mortem that's happened. No, it's after.
Oh.
It's like a simulated type thing. So the body, it's all being cut up, and if there's been a cause of death, and they talk you through what has happened to the body, and how they've established cause of death.
Oh, okay.
Our person was found on the side of a road, bloated. And so they had to establish what happened to that person. Was it malicious? Was it an accident? All that. So they go through the autopsy and they'll tell you, what they found.
Really interesting,
it's really good. Really good. Now, obviously, I do come from a medical background, but when I went, I hadn't been a midwife for over a decade. This person has never worked in the medical field whatsoever, but was really, really interested because he's just like freaky like me. We went to this venue. Everybody in there are medical personnel. There's students, there's student doctors, nurses, there's paramedics, there's health visitors, there's everybody in there that are linked to the medical field. Yeah. And then there's us too. Outside of the main room is a merchandise stand, a post-mortem live merchandise stand. Everybody else just walking past. Me and him were like that, going, oh, look at this lanyard with post-mortem live on, should we get it? And like there was a goodie bag with a pen, pencil, lanyard, badge, all that. I didn't get that. He did.
Yeah.
We found a seat at the front, sort of it was like a semicircle around the body. We were on the front. There's tables around as well. And everybody else just watching, listening, taking it all in. He is writing notes like that, drawing pictures and everything. I'm like, oh, he's enjoying this, Then in the middle of it all, they brought some kidneys out and we could actually dissect the kidneys and look in them. And it was really great. Brilliant it was. But we got to know really quickly that everybody else were medical. So on our table, there was nurses and all that. What do you do? Ex-midwife. Didn't want to say I was a dominatrix. Yeah. Ex-midwife. What about you? I'm a friend. So then it went to the second part of the post-mortem. And he's writing notes again. And nobody else is writing notes. And I said to him, why are you writing notes? He said, for when I finally crack and I go on a rampage. I was like, are you joking? And he went, sort of.
I think so.
I've never fallen out with you. I have never fallen out with you. But we had the best night.
Yeah,
we had the best night.
I bet.
And up until now, he hasn't lost it, so we're all safe. He's got a list, apparently.
We're good.
He's got a hit list.
We're good. Yeah, I've always been nice to him.
I know the first 3 people that are on it, 'cause he's told me.
Yeah?
Yeah, we're all safe. It's
Good.
okay. We're all fine.
I've always been nice to him, and I always will be.
Do you know what? He's a good guy. I was literally talking to him.
I really get on with him.
He's okay.
Really,
yeah, he's a good guy. And he is twisted. He's totally twisted. His imagination is far worse than mine. Some of the scenes he's come up with over the years, I'm like, where does that even come from? It comes from a psychopathic mind.
Yeah.
And we've talked about it loads, and I've said, there's a fine line. And he went, he said, I'm not going to step over it. He said, but I can't promise that if somebody really, really, really pushes me to the edge that I might not, snap. He was really, really frank about it.
Yeah.
But, yeah, there you go. Post-mortem live. Brilliant. Do you know what? If you're into that sort of thing, I'd recommend it. There's a bit of a funky smell in the room. So if you've got a dippy tummy...
Oh, I'd be fine.
And you're not good with formaldehyde...
I'd be fine.
Because there's a lot of formaldehyde in the room.
What does that smell like?
Chemically and sweet.
Oh, ugh.
And if it's got flesh in there, it also... It smells even sweeter. It's a really, really weird smell. It gets up your nostrils and stays there.
Yeah.
It's a really weird smell. Anyway, so let's move on. So Medfest continued. Are we everybody sticking with us so far? Have we got anything?
18 on YouTubings.
Yeah, are they saying anything?
Not a lot. Conversations died down a little bit.
I think they're all just listening, aren't they?
Yeah, it's quite
Tasha
interesting.
said, never really thought of medical role play, but you spark my interest, especially with that room. It's a really, really great room.
The thing is, though, with medical role play, you don't need all that stuff to do it.
Yeah.
Do you?
No.
Like, as long as you're all right with pretending, you just get your partners to be like, right, I'm doctor partner.
Yeah.
You're the patient. What you need to do? Job done.
Yeah, exactly. It can be dead easy.
Yeah.
But, if you're really into it like I am, you get all the gear.
Yeah.
You can't help it.
Yeah.
And you can't wait to use the gear on somebody. I've got this like a suction cup pump thing. It's like a proper machine.
Yeah.
And it's got like tubes that you put into it, which attach to cups on the other end. Yeah. And you get them on your nipples, or you've got like a cock
suction.
pump. It's got like little ones for your clit, or you can just do cupping, just normal cupping.
Yeah, I was going to. Yeah.
Expensive piece of kit, but it's really, really good. And so when people come from medical fetish and they see proper kit like that, that's cost a lot of money with a proper gynae chair, they're a bit like, okay, is something real happening today?
Yeah, it just starts fucking with dreads.
It's just, you've got to get in the mind. And I used to try and set a little goal for myself. And within the first 5 to 10 minutes of them walking in the room, they'd be into space. Yeah. That was my goal. I'd try and set the room with a certain smell and everything. I'd get like the smelliest alcohol, and then Clinell green wipes that you can get, the smelly ones, all over the chair and the stainless steel bench, so the room stunk of alcohol when you walk in. It's really great. You know, for those that are commenting as well on YouTube, there's a lot to take in, and you know, it's piqued your interest. It's massive medical role play. It sounds scary. It's not. It can be a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
It can be as fun as you want it to be, can't it?
Yeah.
It's your scene at the end of the day.
Exactly. And sometimes medical fetish can be part of a bigger scene. It hasn't got to be the scene.
Yeah.
I've brought medical stuff into other scenes, lots and lots. Okay. So, if you are interested in embarking on medical fetish, what is the law in the UK around medical fetish?
Yeah, I want to listen to this one.
Have you got any idea what the law would be? Any clauses?
I've got no idea. No. Would they do have something to do along the lines of like imitating a professional role or something like that?
Okay, so you can't legally perform real life procedures if you're not licensed to do so.
Right.
That includes puncturing the body with something. So all the needle play stuff that we do is illegal.
Yeah.
Even if the other person consents to it, in the UK, it's classed as actual body harm.
Well, yeah.
So even if both of you have consented and there's loads of messages and all the rest of it and whatever, you can still be prosecuted. No problem at all.
Crazy.
There was a landmark case actually in 1993, and it's the R versus Brown. It's quite a famous one. Ruled that consent is not a defence for bodily harm resulting from sadomasochistic acts in general. So that isn't just medical, that is any bodily harm. So if we whack somebody and we draw blood, or we whack somebody with a cane and we leave a welt, even if the two parties have consented to it, you can still be prosecuted if somebody else feels that you are acting, you're pushing it too much or whatever.
Yeah.
So medical play is legal to a point, but anything real like injections, cutting, surgical procedures, illegal.
So a bit of role play.
So role play is fine. Gas masks, if you put poppers in them and stuff like that, another good tip. Gas mask with poppers, bit of cotton wool, poppers, bit intense like, but...
I bought a new filter for mine. It's got like a little, it's only about that deep, but like the outside of it's here, circle sit in the middle. Just put the poppers on, tissue, and then just stuff it in that little hole, and then...
Well, the person that we were talking about before has made his own attachment to go on gas masks. He 3D prints them.
Yeah.
And it's got a chamber in there to put whatever you want
Spoke
in
to him about them, yeah.
Good, we've got one.
Yeah?
Yeah. Now you're all envisioning me with a gas mask on, aren't you?
Oh, mine's in the
Getting
car.
high off my tits on poppers. I haven't done poppers for ages, I can't. It kills me sinuses off.
I've got poppers in the car.
Have you?
I remember seeing them somewhere and I was like, what the fuck are they doing here?
Right, were you on the team, I think you were, when I took my car into Mercedes for a service and the guys cleaned the inside of it and I had loads of my gear in there. Yeah. And so I got in the car and they'd put everything they found in the back seat. There was clit clamps, labia clamps, there was poppers, there was a crop, cane, oh, mate. There was all sorts of stuff. I can never come back to Mercedes ever again. No. And I have been back more recently because I think that was a little while ago. But before that, I was going to another garage that was approved by Mercedes because I thought, I can't. And now I've changed my car. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, I feel okay to go back. Yeah. But I'm sure as soon as they put my name in, it just comes up, kinky fucker. Look at her boots, she always had kinky shit. Just
because I've worked in dealerships and I know all the service lads and I used to spend most of the time with service lads, but I just thought so many people would have got hit with them crops that day.
Yeah,
I guarantee you.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see them running around after each other. Yeah, you would have been, wouldn't they?
Yeah, that was a bit of boss day.
But I mean, I had visions though of the guys looking at me labia clamp.
What the fuck is this?
What's this?
Yeah.
And for those who haven't seen one, it's basically that kind of shape.
Yeah.
And it's got like another one on the outside
Yeah.
with like a screw on either end. The labia goes in between the two pieces. You open it up and then you crank it in again and lock the labia in.
I guarantee one of them would have got it and gone over the mouths and put the lips in it.
Yeah, they would have. Absolutely.
So if you're watching this,
now you know you were handling a labia clamp, and I can't guarantee it was clean.
just unclipped, lashed in the mech.
Yeah, a little pube sticking out of it. Oh my God. Not mine, by the way. I don't have them. Anyway, so everything I do in medical fetish is illegal. Everything. Even though I am medically qualified, I'm not currently licensed. I'm not on a register.
Is that what it is? Just a license? Yeah.
So you need to be on a register. Now, I'd probably get away with it to a point because I've been trained and I train other people and stuff like that. You know, I know how to take blood. I know how to insert needles properly. I know aseptic technique. And I have got all the right gear. I use single-use stuff. I do everything right. And I'm dead careful now about who I scene with. I'm so careful.
You've got to be, haven't you?
Especially with things like this. If I get any kind of EBGBs about somebody, I just say no, sorry. Yeah. No. Or I play with them, do other things first, and then we build up to medical fetish once I trust them. And I hate to say that, but, you know, you've got to trust each other. They're trusting me to make sure they walk out in one piece, but I'm trusting them to give, you know, full, enthusiastic, informed consent and be cool with what we're doing and not fucking land me in jail. Yeah. And, you know, there's a fine line, really.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have got a few real-world incidents of things where people have been done for it.
Oh.
Yeah. So there's a guy in the USA in 1998 called Edward Bodkin, and he performed consensual castrations on men in his home. They volunteered, but he wasn't licensed, and he was charged with felony battery and unauthorised practice of medicine.
Fucking hell.
So, I have been asked 4 times to castrate men.
Wow.
And obviously it was a hard no.
Yeah.
But the last time this happened to me, it was a good 5-6 years ago. I said, why? I had to ask.
Yeah.
Rather than just say, no, fuck off and put the phone down. I just said, why? I got the feeling this guy had phoned me before as well. I recognised his voice. And he said, well, it's not something that I can get on the NHS. I'm dead kinky, and I thought you'd be the person for the job. And I was like, I'm definitely not the person for the job. And if this is something that you want, you need to go through the proper medical channels. He went, I've got no chance. So he was coming to a dominatrix to get a medical procedure.
As like a last hope.
As a last hope, but also as a kink as well. He liked medical fetish. So he wanted medical fetish incorporated in an actual procedure. And I'm like, you're mad. You're absolutely mad. And please stop phoning around other dominatrix, because some mad motherfucker is going to say, yeah.
One will, yeah.
And they won't know what they're doing, and you'll bleed out.
Yeah.
So, in Florida in 2019, a man set up a fake surgical clinic in a cabin and performed testicle removal on another man. The procedure was requested and both agreed. There was lots and lots of consent stuff beforehand. But the doctor wasn't qualified and he was arrested and charged. Fuck. And then in Canada in the 1990s, now this isn't necessarily BDSM, but I wanted to bring it in because it highlights actually how dangerous it can be in the wrong hands. A licensed doctor drugged and raped his patient. To avoid DNA conviction, he surgically implanted a rubber tube with another man's blood in his arm. But he was eventually convicted and then deported. He wasn't from Canada. So he'd actually done this on several occasions. So when we went to his surgery to have a procedure done, he drugged them, he sexually assaulted them. And to get away with it, because they were taking blood for DNA analysis, he threaded another tube into his vein with somebody else's blood. So when they took blood, it was somebody else's blood, or at least somebody else's mixed in with his, which would not give them a good DNA match. Yeah. Wow. But this one girl who actually got him done, in the end, she was told, no, it wasn't him. And she said, I'm telling you it was. Anyway, she let it settle down a little bit. and obviously deal with her own trauma. And when she was ready, she went on and pushed and pushed and pushed the local police and said, you did a blood sample, can you do a buccal sample, which is a mouth sample? And he was found guilty from that. And then confessed to how he got away with it.
Rat bastard.
Yeah. So I wanted to bring that in because actually, even though he's a doctor, this could happen to anybody. Anybody that goes into somebody's house to have a procedure, BDSM procedure done, and they don't know them, this could be them being drugged and sexually assaulted in the name of medical fetish. So you've got to be very, very, very careful. And you need to check yourself at all times while you're doing it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, so how do you enjoy MedFet safely? So I would say the safest way is to stick to simulation rather than real equipment.
Yeah.
No cutting, needles, invasive tools.
Yeah.
If you're really into it, you're going to do it. But if it's something that you're just playing around with for now to see if it's going to take the right headspace, just play around with it. You can get some really, really good replica equipment. Now, it looks like the real thing, but it's not. And also, you can have equipment out but not use it. Because I've said before, getting somebody in the headspace, don't need to do something to them. Just laying out all the needles that they think you're going to use on them is enough sometimes.
We've done it with knife play, where we have all the sharp knives. And I've just got a butter knife. But she's blindfolded. And I'm just crossing. She thinks it's the sharp knife. But she did move. No, it was the only thing she's seen is the sharps.
Absolutely. So, obviously, hygiene is non-negotiable. So for infection control and cross-contamination, personal hygiene on both sides is paramount. I tend to prepare the skin with like a sterile spray before I'll put any needles in there. Even though I'm wearing sterile gloves, I'll always wash my hands first and then put the gloves on. I'll prepare my field first before I touch anything. It's basic technique, and actually I like teaching it. If anybody wants to learn it and you come to the club, I will teach you it. Negotiation obviously is paramount, and do it thoroughly. If you leave it to the last minute, you're not going to think of everything that you've got to negotiate. With medical play, you need to negotiate a little in the run up to it, and then again on the day or night. I've said here, use the realistic props, just said that before, and then debrief, because it might be that things didn't go quite to plan, or something happened that you weren't expecting, but it really worked. Do that again. That was really good. But often with medical fetish, because it's very much in here, you don't always know how you're going to react until you've done it. So it's actually really quite exciting to talk about afterwards, because it can release things that you weren't expecting. And it can take you into a headspace that you weren't expecting with the smells. I always have the room warm, like hospital room temperature. The attention to detail, it does send them into this headspace, and it can be quite shocking sometimes. So debriefing on that, what worked, what didn't, all that kind of thing. It's all part of building up the trust to maybe develop onto bigger things.
Because some of the things that can come out in the debrief, you might do something and you think, right, fuck it, just put the scalpel back or whatever. But the way you've put it back, you might not give it a second thought, but in the debrief, they might be like, the way you put that scalpel down was just, and it's things like that, isn't it? And then you know that for next time, you'll be like, right, okay, do you like the way I've done that?
And also a little tip for those who are quite fancy medical fetish. If you did go on to do things like needles or anything like that, or even if you don't, you're just simulating, having a dirty nurse in the room with you. In the NHS, when you were doing procedures that needed 2 people, you'd have a clean nurse and a dirty nurse. So the clean nurse would be the one who's completely sterile gloves, not touching anything. The dirty nurse would just have normal gloves on, and they would be like taking all the dirty stuff off you and getting rid of you.
Cleaning up, tidying.
But when you're trying to get somebody in the headspace, to have a second person in there, even as a chaperone, to hand you stuff, and then they put it down on the stainless steel table. It's just, it's a brilliant experience if you can get it right. I really, really, really enjoy it. It's took me a long time, obviously, to master. But all these little tips and tricks, hopefully they'll help you along the way.
If you can get the second person to refer to you as superior, like doctor,
doctor, no doctor, surgeon,
whatever. That adds to the headspace then as well, doesn't it? It's like, fucking hell, I'm below this second person, but the second person looking up to they're below them. But fucking hell, I am low down here.
And don't forget to give yourself a name and, you know, agree beforehand what you're going to call your patient. Is it going to be patient or is it going to be, you know, Mrs. whatever their name is or whatever to make it more formal? Yeah. What do you want to be called as a top? Is it doctor, surgeon, doctor, or whatever? Yeah. You know, it all adds to it and adds to the fun of it all. So hopefully that's given you a little taster of medical fetish. Now, I was going to do another fetish, like I said at the beginning, but I think, obviously we've gone on long enough, but I think that needed a bit more of a deeper dive. Actually, I think it does, yeah.
I think they all do.
We are going to do, I'm going to do the next one as a special, I think. And it's financial domination.
Oh, yes.
Interesting. Never heard of that before.
Do we? I've had a few people message me over the last few months in terms of stuff like that. So,
I mean, I could do it on the next episode. We can just run on.
Should we do that?
Can do if you want. I mean, I've obviously got a plan of what the rest of the episode is, but if you want to do financial domination, I can do it in the next one.
As in today, the next one. Yeah, let's do it.
I mean, my subject that I was going to do, it is relevant to June. I can do it anytime.
Let's do that.
Do that then. Right then, so we're going to go in a little bit. I'm just going to do a quick fetish factoid. And yeah, I think we'll do financial domination in the next one. Eh?
Let's do it.
So there you go. You know what's coming next time. Not the rest of it. You don't know all the rest of the madness, but financial domination.
Yeah.
So before we go, quick fetish factoid.
Let's have it.
Okay. Oh, hang on a minute. Do you know what?
I'm going to know this one.
Do you know what a blusophilia is?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
A blutophilia.
A bluto?
A bluto.
No.
Okay, I'm not going to wait for people over on the tube of you.
Is it?
Kelly's just said the muffin man. We won't have time to wait for any answers.
Something to do with uniform and...
No.
No.
Ablution? No, washing.
Oh.
So, ablutions is like, you know, you go in the bathroom and to you know, clean up, shave, have a piss, all that. Yeah. So, a blusophilia, it's like a soft or benign fetish. And it's a fetish for bathing or watching somebody bathe. Now, I quite like watching somebody bathing, but I don't mean like, you know, I'm going to get my rocks off. But it's quite nice. People who are into this, it's actually central to their pleasure, and they need to bring it in to maybe get them off. It's that extreme. So it's not just like, oh, I'm just going to watch you while you know, lather your body and give your fanny a little scrub. Yeah. This is somebody who, as part of their sexual experience, needs to either wash themselves or have somebody else wash them or watch somebody washing. So they might use, you know, their little scrubby... I've actually seen porn where a woman has wanked herself off with one of those. It was quite sudsy though. I was a bit worried about thrush afterwards. I can't lie.
That to be scratchy as well.
Well, you can get they can be soft,
you can get
but
nice
it was
ones,
very lathered though, so it was soft. Yeah. Okay. And I was trying to think of other ways that people might do this. Cause I'm like, I mean, I like watching somebody getting a wash, like, but would I want it in every fucking time we have sex? No.
Yeah.
Not really. I mean, sometimes we're on a long sesh, we'll have a little shower in between, but it's not part of me seeing. It's just I'm having
carry the sesh on in the shower.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
But it's not essential.
Yeah.
For these people, it's essential.
Yeah. It's a wild
The
card.
wash is essential and centric to their enjoyment of sex. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm trying to think of some of the things that I've done that might, you know, I don't know, but I've done like, should I admit to this? Shower head down there.
Is that good, is it?
Yeah.
Is it good,
If you've got a power shower.
Well, we've got one where you can take the head off.
Yeah.
And it's like a fucking jet wash.
Yeah. Well, if you've got a shower that's got like, you can turn the head and it changes the jet.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's good. I think you've got to be in the mood while you're in there, and then just like get you over the edge.
It's not a starter.
No, not really. No. It's got to be a powerful shower as well, really, you know. And the other thing, I don't know if Mrs. G's ever done it, is enjoyed the jet in a hot tub.
When we were away, did she? I can't remember. It might just be my imagination.
So if you ever see a woman sort of in the hot tub but hanging over the side like that, and there happens to be a jet there, she's probably having a conversation with you with the jet directly on her clit.
Just having a little 5 minutes.
Yeah, I've actually orgasmed doing that.
Have you? Yeah.
Loads. When we had the hot tub in the club,
Yeah.
if me and Jim happened to go in, I'd ride the jets. I would. Jim's probably now going, for fuck's sake, Vic. But I did, didn't I? I did.
Why not?
And when we were in Cyprus, we had our own hot tub.
Yeah.
And I used to ride
Same
the jets on that. Yeah, it was great. I had a lovely little
If
time.
they get the job done.
Yeah.
Hop on.
Pretty quick as well.
Was it?
Yeah. And also, if you do that with a hot tub, ladies, often there's chlorine in the water.
Yeah.
Don't let the jet go up your fandango, up your vagina.
Yeah. Be
'Cause you can get
downstream.
thrush.
Be downstream.
So you just aim it at the crucial,
The hood.
and away you go, and it doesn't take long. I actually did it in the club once. After I was having a little private thing with 2 of our friends, and I showed the lady what to do.
Yeah.
It's very good.
It's
really
all
good.
on a jet each.
Yeah. There's loads of jets, isn't there?
Yeah, there was.
We had
Yeah.
120 jets in the last hot tub. 120. Could have fucking come anywhere in that tub.
You have to get it back from Ruby. Get a girl each on it.
So yeah, a bluesophilia. There you go.
That's
so
cool.
it's literally somebody enjoying the whole washing experience, whether it's them, somebody else, but they can't have sex unless the washing is part of it, like the ritualistic part of it.
So like a bit of foreplay.
So there's got to be some psychology in there, hasn't there?
Yeah.
From another thing from childhood.
I get
probably.
it, I get it. Because sometimes when I'm in the shower, Mrs. G sits on the toilet and watches me have a shower.
You were mermanning the other day when you messaged me. So he voice noted me the other day. I could hear splish splash and like he's mermanning. He's in the bath.
I was in the
You
bath,
were,
yeah.
weren't you?
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know whether I wouldn't call myself an ablusophile just because I like to
No.
get my rocks off with the shower head
No.
every now and then.
No,
It's not central to what I do.
Yeah, it's all right though watching someone have a little.
Yeah.
Mrs. G washing the bits and that. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I've tried to be sexy in the shower and I think I overthink it. Like the twerking.
Yeah.
When you overthink it, you just look a bit awkward.
But when you're on your own in your living room, just
Yeah.
like
When you
Did
think
you
about
see?
it.
Did you see Felix on stage?
Oh my God.
That was
Felix
aggressive.
twerking?
Yeah.
I mean, fine arse to twerk, like, you
Yes.
know, but dear me. Anyway, on that twerking bombshell, we're going to go. So if you binge watching, put the kettle on, we'll see you in 5. If not, we'll see you next week.
Lots of love.